Hey, what's up, gentlemen and ladies?
Happy Youth Day to Zambia. Hope you guys are doing well.
Sorry if my voice still sounds a little bit weird. Like I mentioned in the last video, my throat has just been all kinds of fucked up for a bunch of different reasons. But I figured why not make a video, because there's been a lot of Final Fantasy related news this past week that, funny enough, has to do with a bunch of different games, but nothing to do with each other, if that makes any sense. I don't know why. I mean, there isn't anything big going on this week except maybe like PAX East, but that's really it. Rigodereso! First up, we got some Final Fantasy XII information, specifically for Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. Obviously, there's not going to be any news for the PS2 title Final Fantasy XII. This just in, guys, there's actually going to be a limited edition PlayStation 2 Slim version that comes bundled with Final Fantasy XII. It's all true. It's coming out 2018 actually. But in all seriousness, for the Final Fantasy XII HD Remaster, if you guys were planning on picking that up, but you didn't want to get just the regular boring, you know, just whatever normal version, there is actually going to be two special limited collector's editions, I guess you could call them, for the game that you're going to be able to pick up. Firstly, we have the collector's edition, which is exclusively available through the online store for Square Enix, which is very typical of them. And this one is going to come with, I mean, I shouldn't even really have to say it, just me saying all of the basic stuff that comes with every other collector's edition should be enough, but I'll go ahead and run down the list anyways, just in case. So the steelbook, check. The soundtrack, check. Some kind of art book or art postcards, check. We have an exclusive 6-card art set, and then some kind of figurine. In this case, it's the exclusive Judge Magister's bust set, which is basically like this 5 little chess piece looking thingies. I'm not sure what they are. Like I said before, I haven't played Final Fantasy XII. And you can get all of this for the cheap price of $200 US. Fuck no. I would buy that if I were a rich man.
If I were a rich man, dum.
But if you were not, there is actually a cheaper version that is called the Limited Steelbook Edition of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, which only cost $49 US, which was really weird to me, because I was under the impression that the regular game was going to be $60 US, as most games are. Yet this one is a limited edition and is actually cheaper at $50, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. Regardless though, this one is basically just gonna come with the game and a cool looking steel book, I guess, if you don't want to get the regular case. I've mentioned this before, but I don't like it when special editions don't come with the regular game case, because I like having my games look all the same on a shelf. It looks really nice, and then there's that one ugly game that has the steel book that stands out. It's the same reason that I hate greatest hits type of things. It's just, don't. But I guess there is a lot of people that like this kind of stuff, and if you do, then go ahead and knock yourself out. Like I said, this one's available for only $50, and this one is actually not just exclusive to the Square Enix store, so I guess I'll leave a link to both of these in the description if you guys want to go check those out. Keep in mind that the Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age is going to be coming out July 11, 2017, so that's something to look forward to in the summer. But something that is actually coming out before that is the Final Fantasy XII Balthier Champion Summon DLC for World of Final Fantasy. So most of us thought that just like they did with Kingdom Hearts 2.8, they were going to release this DLC along with the game that it was related to, in this case the Final Fantasy XII Remaster. However, they did reveal that it is actually going to be coming out this month, March 23rd to be exact, which is in about 11 days from the uploading of this video. And we did finally get to see a full video of what the summon will look like, so you guys should probably be seeing it on your screen right now. It probably looks pretty cool. I don't know. I haven't seen it personally, honestly. I guess I'll have seen it by the time that you are seeing this, because I'll have edited it onto the video, but regardless, it's gonna be available. It's gonna be free, just like the Sora one, presumably for a limited time, and then after like a month or so or whatever it ended up being with Sora, I'm not actually sure because I got it for free, then you will have to pay for it. But I don't know, they didn't confirm that, so we'll see. In terms of Final Fantasy XV though, we got some more details on the Luna Play Arts Kai figure that was announced quite a while back. You guys may recall the fact that I talked about this and the fact that it existed. They showed off the one picture of it, and that was pretty much it. And then like the next day, literally the very next day, they announced the Cindy one with a bunch of pictures as well as a price and release date, which makes no sense because it was announced after the Luna one. Regardless though, we finally got all of the details for the Luna one. It's supposedly going to be coming out July of this year, just like Final Fantasy XII. They didn't reveal a price for it, but I'm assuming it's going to cost about the same as most other PlayArts Kai figures, which I don't know the price of off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you guys are interested in it, it's probably very easy to find. So that's something to look forward to if you're a fan of figures like this. While we're on the topic of Final Fantasy XV though, at PAX East they did have the episode Gladio DLC playable, and we actually got some gameplay from all of that. So GameSpot uploaded the first 15 minutes of the DLC if you want to watch that. I don't think I'm personally going to watch the whole thing because I want to stay spoiler free, and I know what you're thinking. First 15 minutes, I mean, that's not really that much, but for a 2 to 3 hour DLC, I mean, that's pretty substantial in my opinion. But if you want to check it out for yourself, it'll be in the description. As per the usual, if you bought the season pass, you will be able to get this for free, just like the holiday pack and the booster pack. But if not, you are actually going to be able to get this separately for just $4.99, even though you should probably get the season pass if you want to, just because it's going to end up being cheaper in the long run with all of them combined. And that is actually going to be dropping a few days after the World of Final Fantasy DLC on March 28th. So a lot of stuff to look forward to in March in terms of DLC. Now, on to this game. So recently there was some news and information for Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which everybody knows is that game that I just love to death, right? So they actually announced the long-awaited, I guess, second season for the game, which is going to include the multiplayer that we were promised quite a while back. Because, you know, that one game, that entire purpose was to take place in the Keyblade War because they needed multiple Keyblade wielders to be out at the same time because it was supposed to be MMO-like, is actually finally getting multiplayer for once. Because it didn't have that before, unlike the majority of the people that talked about this game made it look like. Also, apparently Ventus is there. I don't know. I have not been keeping up with the story. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I think I'm just gonna wait till all of the Unchained stuff is out and then just blast through it all in like one sitting, or probably not one sitting, but like basically with no interruptions and without having to wait months for more parts to come out. Even though by the time that happens, Kingdom Hearts 3 will probably be out and I'll probably have already been spoiled on everything that happens in this game regardless, but it doesn't matter because this game doesn't matter, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So we got a new trailer for that, and the official title was Union Key, or wait a second. Union Cross? Oh, you have got to be fucking shitting me. How many ways is there to pronounce the goddamn letter X? You know what? No, that's it. That's it. I refuse. This is the breaking point. I am taking a stand right here, right now. I am calling it the Crossblade. Not the Keyblade, the Crossblade. And then I'm calling the game Kingdom Hearts Unchained Kai. And this update I'm going to call Union Chi. Fuck you, Nomura. Fuck you. I'm sorry, it's just, oh my fucking god, this game. Regardless though, the pre-registration for this is up, so if you for some reason want to go do that instead of just get it when it comes out, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Then I guess I'll leave a link to that in the description. But actually, speaking of Nomura, he did have something to say specifically about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, I wasn't actually originally going to talk about this just because it's not really news in my opinion, but a lot of people shared it to me on Twitter, so I guess I might as well touch upon it while I'm talking about a bunch of other minor stories in this video. But yeah, in an interview, Nomura basically said Final Fantasy VII Remake is, I'll actually pull up the direct quote. He said, "Battles are not command-based, they're action-based," which, no duh. I don't think that there was a single person arguing that the Final Fantasy VII Remake was going to be full-on turn-based. Like, you can tell from the trailer, it's not. Like, back when they announced it in E3 2015, I had some hopes, but ever since we saw the gameplay at PSX 2015, I've pretty much been saying that I think the gameplay is going to be like that of Lightning Returns, which is an action RPG. The thing that I don't like about this is just the fact that they're never clear when it comes to this. Because even Nomura saying this right now, which there is a problem with what he said right in this interview, and I will point to why in a little bit, but this contradicts other statements that they've said in the past, like that time that Katase said it's not fully action-based, or the time that they asked Nomura, what's the combat like? Is it turn-based or is it action-based? And he said, if anything, it's action-based. It's like, what? Why did you have to add that if anything at the beginning of more? You couldn't have just said it's action-based, you had to say if anything. And then there was that time that they said that they haven't fully transitioned into action RPGs, and they say that it's less action than Kingdom Hearts and Dissidia, but it's still leaning more towards those than the original Final Fantasy. I'm not I don't know. But the problem that I have with this statement right here is the fact that he said battles are not command based, which do you not see the command menu right there? And I know what people are gonna say, like, this is the command menu like that of the mainline Kingdom Hearts games, Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically. To which I have to say, yes, that's true, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 are command-based. Like, if you think about it, there is no dedicated attack button in Kingdom Hearts 2. You have your cursor on the command menu, and when you press the attack command, Sora does an attack. But if you're not on the attack command, he won't attack. He'll do whatever the command cursor is on. Literally, the only difference between Kingdom Hearts and something like the original Final Fantasy VII is the fact that in Final Fantasy VII, there was a bar that limited how many times you could press the attack button. Well, that and also the fact that you can move during battles. That's pretty much it. It's not like Final Fantasy XV where it's a full-on 100% action RPG that completely dropped the command menu, which in my opinion was a good thing because the command menu itself is just, it has a lot of problems. I don't know why Nomura is so hell-bent on using it in all of his games, but I mean, I guess it's just something we're gonna have to deal with. I would go into how I actually think that gameplay is going to work in Final Fantasy VII's Remake, but I'm actually saving that for a future video just because there's a couple more analysis and stuff that I want to do, both having to do with the interviews and just kind of analyzing screenshots and trailers and all that kind of stuff. But trust me, the video's coming soon, guys, so stay tuned. Please be excited. And yeah, that's pretty much all that there is in terms of Final Fantasy. Again, there was a couple other minor stories, but those are literally so minor that they're just, it's not even worth talking about, honestly. Like, oh, there was a shitty website for the Kingdom Hearts 15th anniversary. That's great. Regardless, though, I hope that you guys still enjoyed. If you did, be sure to blitz that like button, subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for all things Final Fantasy. See you guys.